And welcome back, my fellow fiends, to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Took a bit of a break. Break's a pretty generous word for it, between the last recording. Basically what had happened is my capture device had utterly just junked out on me, and it has awful video glitches. I use it occasionally just because it makes a good hub for my component and AV game consoles. But yeah, it's basically just completely stopped working on me. In any way that I could record, when it records, it just cuts out fairly large chunks of video. Anyways, last time, and it was a while ago, so even I have a little bit of trouble remembering, but I'll do my best to remember as much of it as possible. We had made contact with Gozu Tenno, the leader of the Mantra, and he said he was leading an assault on the Assembly of Nihilo at their headquarters. And he offered us to go attend it, see what we think of how they operate, and maybe, you know, join them. We haven't said one way or the other if we would like to help him or just not help him. But it is worth it to check out what we can do there. Now, to get to Ginza, which is by the Assembly of Nihilo, they'd have to go through here, and as you can see, the doors are locked pretty tightly. So, let's link on back to Ginza and take a quick trip over to the Assembly of Nihilo. Now, the big reason why we want to find the Assembly of Nihilo is that they have our teacher, or at least we have strong reason to suspect that they have our teacher, Mr. Cow, and we did meet up with Isamu recently, and he said checking it out would be a pretty good idea. Just gotta remember the controls of this game. Yep. It's been too long since I played this. Just been playing a lot of different games recently, getting caught up into it. Playing a couple of my favorites, Fallout New Vegas and Tales of Symphonia. Both very different games from this. And, yeah, a lot of that. One other thing that I made allusion to doing in the last video, but we're not going to be doing right now just because it's not a very good idea, is we could take on another fiend, but I just have a feeling it wouldn't go too well right now because you're kind of intended to be a bit stronger than what I am on hard mode to fight that guy. Anyways, looks like Mantra's assault on this area has gone pretty successfully. What's this guy got to say? So yeah, they seem pretty confident that they've wrecked this place. I don't know. Like, the Nihilo people seem to have a pretty good setting and everything. I don't know if they'd go down just from what looks like a fairly minuscule assault on their fortress, honestly. Anywho, we can explore some of these floors, but they don't really have anything on them. There's a couple of chests, but the Mantra have already looted everything, so those chests are empty. Somewhat of an unwelcome integration of gameplay and story. So we're just going to head to the core area, because this seems like as good a place as any to investigate the real bulk of the Assembly of Nihilo. Again, I'm not so sure about this. And it's not just because I've played the game before. Hey, I recognize that jacket. It's Hijiri. Do you ever wear that hat, or do you just always hold it at your side? Honestly, Hijiri, I had quite literally forgotten that you had gotten me lost in the Amala network. It might be a good thing that we took this very roundabout way of getting here, because it did allow me to become a lot stronger. Why would I do that? Well, he gave me a slight power boost, but it wasn't anything direct. Yeah, it looks like Hijiri is catching on that this might not be what it seems. Yeah, for all their brawn, it doesn't look like they have a lot of brain. Yeah, it looks like Hijiri's going to hedge his bets and get out of here. Seems pretty handy with those terminals. And the Assembly of Nihilo is our next major dungeon. So let's head in deeper. Like Hijiri said, had we tried to go through here earlier, we wouldn't get very far. Alright, all the way down. Ooh, those goes quite deep, 10 floors. Just isn't a Shin Megami Tensei game without a really long elevator ride. Or several. We'll be getting into some combat very shortly, as we are basically entering the headquarters of our enemies. Let's go on. You know, they do have a slight point there. These guys seem a little confident themselves. They do get the first turn, but these guys honestly aren't all that different from your garden variety demons. This was probably something I was going to talk about when I decided to record this video months ago, but I picked up some new demons off screen. Mamonofu is probably the big one. He's going to evolve into a much more powerful demon. Ooh, Evil Gaze. Reduces your HP to 1. Sudama I just picked up because it learns Makakaja, and that makes it a decent fusion component. I sense a key puzzle coming on. Let's heal up that. It's pretty nasty. Let's check out Mamonofu while we're at it. As you can see, is level 20, got good physical stats, resists physical, but is weak to ailments, so you want to be careful of that. Also has the focus skill, so you can use that and become pretty powerful. Well, I think I know how this is gonna go. So yes, we gotta collect the various Kilas, and that'll unlock this central area. What it'll do at that point? We'll see. As always, make a safety save. You never know what could happen. So, while we're just not doing too much, once I have this video uploaded, tell me how it looks. The capture device I've got this connected through came with an S-video cable that I could hook it up through. And the quality's not quite as good as if I could use an HDMI cable, but when I tried to use the HDMI cable, it didn't really work, and at least not with the capture device active. And while I was able to turn that off for my PS4, I can't figure out how to do it for the PS3. Oh, thanks for helping us anyway. But yeah, collect 4 of the thing in order to unlock the way in. Do I have space? I want these guys. Oh, right, I totally forgot. Can't actually pull... Ow. Can't actually pull that off when there's still at least 1 or 2 alive. Okay. By the way, I'd just like to say that for the record, negotiating with demons in this game is a total pain. Do I have one? Oh, that was a lousy trade. I don't even know if I had an open spot in my, yeah, I have an open spot in my registry. I really want to get a Copa, though. It's a very useful demon. Not particularly because it's a great demon itself, but because it evolves into a very powerful demon. Alright, so we've got switch puzzles in addition to key collecting puzzles. This is probably the most complicated of the dungeons we've come up to at this point. You can see we got a nice little top-down view here. Hit the switch and it changes up the area slightly. Very straightforward stuff. So let's get a move on. Just always be sure to check out the paths before you hit the switch again. This is the first area where we have to really mess around with these switches, so it's not particularly threatening. As you can see, we've made a complete circuit, and over in that last one we could see a ladder going down. I forget if these guys absorb force or just merely resistant to it, but I'm not going to attempt to hit them with things that they might just completely absorb. Or nullify, because that just, you know, cheats me out of my turn counters. Ooh, good on that counter, though. I'm gonna throw up an idea. The terminal at the start, we can warp back to from other areas. It's a big terminal. So we don't have to worry about being a bit frivolous with our MP, because we can just warp out of here and then warp back. Please join me after all this. Ugh. Alright, for once I actually got someone to join me. That doesn't always happen. Okay, so let's check out Sudama. Because I pretty much only want him for Makakaja. So the second I get that, I'm going to bench him in favor of Koppa. Or Copa, or however you say his name. Pronunciation guide would be helpful. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna bench Sudama temporarily. Because if worse comes to worse, I can just grind him up later when the experience we get is much larger. One thing that's kind of annoying about this game is that the experience scales solely based on the level of your main character. So as your main character becomes a higher level, the experience that your demons are getting is arbitrarily lower. Later games in the series made it so that basically everyone gets a proper amount of experience for their efforts. Now, if all goes according to plan, I should just be able to... now here's a fairly infamous thing some enemies in this game can do. That guy just used Beast Eye, and as you can see, that gave him 2 pressed turns. And it's a very annoying thing that a lot of the later bosses in this game can do. Because eventually they get an upgraded version of it called Dragon's Eye, which gives them 4. Now that was just poor luck. Oh well. Oh, come on. At least he wasted his time using Gathering instead of Beast Eye. Missing like that is basically the primary reason that stuff like Sukukuja and Fog Breath are just so useful in this game. Because if I hadn't missed there, I would have just taken that guy out immediately. we got the white Kila. So, we've got 2 of the keys taken care of for this part. Let's head on back to the save point. I'm going to keep this video a little short, because I'm just testing things out with my new capture device. And don't want to go too far, just to find out that the video I recorded was complete garbage. And I will apologize preemptively, because I can already tell that the video quality is probably going to be a fair bit lower than what it was for my last capture device. But some things like that are just inescapable. That's what you get when you use S-Video compared to component cables. But we can deposit that white Kila. Yeah, I just had to make sure that this was a large terminal, and yes, it is indeed a large terminal. I was just hoping, like, oh man, I didn't misread that, did I? Okay, we'll save here. And we'll call it an early video here. Not a long video, and certainly not a great video to triumphantly return to the series, but it's progress. Hopefully next time, Assembly of Nihilo is not too bad once you know how to handle it, so hopefully next time we'll be able to finish it. I hope to see you then, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Until next time, please, have a good day.